Well, we're back again with yet another No Fluff analysis and the wonderful sounds of construction outside my apartment window. It's a Saturday, guys, please. Anyway, we're going to be going over the Dulcet Delights Summon Showcase, which is running from the 14th of February, which was yesterday, until the 28th of February. Let's get straight to it with the first adventurer added to the showcase, the 5-star Wind Axe Valentine's Melody, the Love-Struck Maid. Her first skill is Now You'll See What I'm Made Of, dealing damage to enemies ahead and also creating a 10-second debuff zone that reduces the defense of enemies inside by 15%. Her second skill is a Splash of Affection, dealing damage to enemies ahead and inflicting poison. Valentine's Melody has a non-standard co-ability, being plus 30% to the critical damage modifier, shared by Halloween Mim. In terms of other abilities, she has Poison granting Team Strength plus 10%, which is a 10% strength buff for 10 seconds. She also has Bog Resist, and her final ability is 30% Poisoned Punisher. So Melody has a decent supporting kit. The debuff zone paired with a minor team buffing ability puts her in a good spot, so long as the zone is appropriately placed and the target enemy doesn't move too much. Valentine's Melody is the second adventurer to gain the critical damage modifier co-ability. The co-ability seems pretty decent all in all, considering that High Mercury's initial blast doesn't typically require the Wyrmprint to survive, so the additional damage is pretty welcomed. Whether or not Melody can actually win a spot in the current state of the High Mercury metagame, however, remains to be seen. She seems to be performing pretty well in simulations, even more so than her original form as a blade buffer, so I think she'll be a welcome addition to any wind poison compositions with Joachim, Kirsty, that kind of thing. Alright, moving on to the second adventurer added with the showcase, we have the 5-star Shadow Bow, Valentine's Addis, the Devoted Samurai. His first skill is Coarse Judgment, dealing damage to enemies ahead and inflicting poison. It deals more damage the lower Addis's hit points are. Pairing with this, Addis's second skill is Love's Triumph. At or above 30% hit points, it drops Addis's hit points to 20% and grants him a Divergent Shield for 80% of his maximum hit points. Below 30% hit points, it grants all teammates a shield for 30% of Addis's maximum hit points. Addis has the standard bow co-ability of plus Skill Haste. In terms of other abilities, he also has plus 30% Poisoned Punisher, Paralysis Resist, and at 30% hit points or below, he gains plus 20% strength and 10% attack rate. So Valentine's Addis is a bow akin to Natalie, dealing extra damage with his first skill and gaining strength and attack rate with his third ability. However, he also has Poison Punisher and inflicts poison. We'll have to see how his damage modifiers stack up to really assess his strength. Joachim didn't really seem too powerful upon his announcement, but does incredibly well in simulations. I feel like his inclusion as a Shadow Bow is an effort to somewhat distract us from Nefaria, who is still lurking in the shadows. Either way, I was pleasantly surprised to see Addis in the announcement for the banner. I was in the middle of work when I was reading through notifications, which doesn't sound too good, but I had to actively stifle my gasp. I was like, oh damn. Anyway, after this, I looked at Addis's rankings in simulations and such, and he actually performs quite well within the top 5, so I can see him being a welcome addition to any poison-centric team composition. The 5-star dragon added with the showcase is the 5-star shadow dragon Epimetheus, the Forsaken Brother. He grants shadow units plus 50% strength and plus 20% Poisoned Punisher. His skill is Toxic Solitude, dealing damage to surrounding enemies and inflicting poison. A key point to note is that Epimetheus is not limited and will be a permanent addition to the pool, which I believe was also the case for Prometheus when he was first introduced as, within the Valentine showcase? Anyway, theoretical Poison Punisher Dragon has already been run in simulations, and unfortunately Epimetheus mostly falls behind either Shinobi or Fatalis, depending on the character. However, this wholly depends on whether or not Epimetheus has decent damage modifiers on his dragon form. Since he's not limited, I don't think there's a huge pull to aim for Epimetheus in this showcase, but if you're into the Prometheus reskin, go for it. while not strictly part of the showcase, but added alongside the update we have 2 Wyrmprints, the first of which being the 5-star print, the Fires of Hate. It grants plus 15% strength at maximum hit points and 20% poisoned Punisher. So this is almost a direct upgrade to the Plaguebringer, a 4-star Wyrmprint with poisoned Punisher. However, the trade-off is 5% of the poison Punisher for the situational strength buff. As long as you can avoid damage, this print should win out, so a well-practiced fight should go smoothly. I'm thinking mostly like High Mercury, where the majority of the damage is avoidable. The 4-star Wyrmprint added with the showcase? Just with the update actually, is the Maid Crusade, giving plus 10% recovery potency and healing double buff. This might be a print to stick on a healer in a double buff centric team, but otherwise isn't really too amazing. Keep in mind that these 2 prints will no longer be available after the Valentine's showcase ends. In terms of older content that's been added to the showcases right up, we have the old Valentine's units, being Hildegarde, Eslith and Orion, and then alongside them we have Durant, Vayu and Rock. As for my overall opinion, I'm pretty torn. The old Valentine's adventurers being added to the permanent pool cements them as non-limited, but I'm still missing units from the current Monster Hunter banner. I'll personally be dumping the rest of my resources trying to land Hunter Vanessa and Cerise, seeing as Valentine's showcases have been rerun before, and frankly, I don't think I really want to... Valentine's Hildegarde! It's so painful. I'm so poor. I don't think I'm ever gonna wail on Dragalia Lost, but I think now would be the time. Now would be the time. Either way, I'm not your boss, do what you want. Thank you very much for watching, take it easy, and I wish you luck in your upcoming polls.